What's going on, everybody? This is Tanner from TanmanBaseballFan.com. I am on my nightly walk. I don't really walk every single night, but I try to. Uh, Getting to be an old man, otherwise I'd be running right now. I actually told Holly I was going to be running, but I think I'm going to just stick with the walk right now. But anyways, I wanted to first of all let me show you kind of part of my walking ritual. So if you're a listener of my podcast, this is where I'm talking. So let me kind of show you around here. This is the playground area in my neighborhood, and the route is like about, I want to say, 2 miles or so. Like 1 mile up, 1 mile back. So it's not like a massive massive hike or anything like that, but it's nighttime, there's not really anybody around, and that's probably why I like it so much. To walk and talk like at this time. But anyway, so and we've been getting good weather, so I mean, why not? But anyway, so I wanted to expand a little bit on what I was talking about on my podcast the other night. I was talking through this project that I'm working on right now. And the project that I have going on right now, you guys, is like, uh, whew, it's giving me more gray hairs than any other project I've done. It's for my personal collection. Um, but, and Holly was even saying, like, the other day, I was like kind of bummed because some things weren't working out as nicely as I wanted to. And I'm sorry for the lighting. This is obviously, it's nighttime, but anyways, and she said, "You're bummed out about a project that you're doing for yourself?" I was like, "Yeah, but it's not just for me. It's like it's for y'all also. Like everybody out there that's watching my stuff and enjoys looking at these projects and everything." So I don't know if that kind of makes sense or not, but I really feel like I'm doing it not just for me, but for everybody else that's watching. And so I want it to be really good. And uh, part of my thinking going into this is like, I don't want to do this halfway. I don't want this to be something that's just another art project or whatever. I want this to be like really, really cool, right? So I'm putting a lot of brain power into it, a lot of time and money into like testing things out. And in some ways, I feel like this is the same thing or similar to when I first started figuring out how to do custom cards. Like I would ask people and like, "Hey, how you do this? How you do that? How you do the other?" And no custom card makers would help me. Obviously, there's a reason why no custom card makers out there help. But so I understood. I said, okay, fine. And so I dug in. I said, I'm going to figure out all this stuff myself. So I've spent like late nights up to like 4 in the morning in my office with different types of cardstock and glue and scissors and everything. And so what I would try to do is I try to work on various different things to see what would work and what wouldn't. And more often than not, I found that the things I was trying would not work, and be so frustrated. But it was so satisfying whenever something actually did come together and worked. And I like the term nail it and scale it. So you nail a certain aspect of whatever you're trying to do, and then you scale it to whatever you want it to become. And so I felt like a sense of accomplishment in doing this. Um, but over the years, I've enjoyed it a lot, and I kind of took a little bit of a break doing some customs for a few years, I think, because I just got busy doing other things, buying and selling cards, learning about vintage cards. I'm always doing something, right? I'm always trying to do different things with different hobbies and everything like that too. So I just came back into doing more things like in the past year or so. And by the way, here's an update of the rest of my walk. This is the long stretch. This is where we've gone. I don't know if you could see any of this. I hope you can. It's not like it's anything wonderful to see or anything, but just so you can kind of get a better feel for where I am and my walk during my podcast. So and this is an example, by the way, of all of the noise that you hear. Like you see a car over there, there's going to be traffic that goes by, there's planes up in the air that's going by and everything. So that's all the why you hear all the noises, and why you might hear a little bit of me while I'm talking, to be like because it's kind of hard to walk a couple miles and like not even really take a breath, you know, while I'm talking to her. So anyways, back to what I was saying here. You know, it was something where I came back into doing customs, but I didn't want to just like slide into doing regular pieces again. So I've been creating some really cool pieces for my collection and for other people. And I also did a tutorial, not necessarily to like kind of quote unquote spill the secrets or whatever, but to help out some people out there that wanted to do some sort of things. And so sure enough, I've been seeing a lot of custom card makers out there now. And so I guess that just kind of comes along with the territory, right? But anyway, so I'm kind of just staying in my lane, and I'm focusing what I want to do with this here. And I've really just enjoyed the feedback that I've been getting from the community. And I've loved it. I just have, you know, straight up loved, you know, posting things out there and having people comment on my stuff and go, oh, this is the coolest thing ever. You should work for Topps and everything. And I mean, that's a pretty high compliment for me. And so I'm really happy to hear that sort of thing. And so I've also noticed that as I'm doing this, there's some fantasy pieces I've done for my collection that the card companies won't do. Maybe they don't have the jersey material I do, for instance. Like, and you know, don't get me wrong, I don't have the material they have. I don't have the game used jerseys that they can use. I've got the player worn stuff. I've got the stuff that I had Jose wear for the sole purpose of cutting up to create pieces in my collection. And for the longest time, I wanted to I want to say that I had like some sort of apprehension, if you will, for using the premium pieces of these jersey cards and everything, or of these jerseys, the patches, the tags, the hats, you know, so on and so forth, because I felt like I really kind of wasn't worthy yet to do so, if that makes sense. Wasn't really on par with what I wanted to do, and I didn't want to just like burn through all my material. So even though it's been coming up on, believe it or not, 7 years since I've had him, since I've been over to his house, and I have him, you know, trying a bunch of jerseys and everything, and I still have like a boatload of material, guys. Like, a lot of stuff to use, which is great. I feel like I'm kind of hitting my stride a little bit here, which is good. And it's funny, I'm looking at the camera and I see that I'm just like a shadow, basically. So let me see if I can. That's pretty funny. But sorry, guys. I wish I could have a flash for you. But anyways, in any event, yeah, it was something that I feel like I'm kind of starting to hit my stride, where I'm actually putting out stuff now that's kind of worthy of using premium pieces or bigger pieces, and being more liberal in using those pieces. And so really excited about what's coming up. And one of the things I want to do, by the way, first of all, before I say that, I'm starting to really see these custom pieces as like integrating in part of my actual collection, if that makes sense. So it's like, it's no longer, okay, here's my collection of Topps and Panini and Leaf cards, and then here's my customs. It's like I'm fusing them together, if that makes sense. And so I'm really, I don't know, I'm really happy about it. It's funny because the Canseco bullet card, for instance, people went wild over that. I'm really super happy about it. And I have a shelf in my office, and I've shown it off before, where I have like all my favorite Canseco cards up there, like for, you know, like 3 rows, I think, of, or 3 shelf cubbies or whatever it is of my cards. And in the middle one, I had the bullet card, and I was laughing because I go, off to the side, there's the barrel card, there's the knob card behind it, there's these patch cards and tag cards and everything. And lo and behold, right in the middle is a bullet card. And it's like, who has that? Mark and Andrew do. So Mark and Andrew, howdy out there. We're the only 3 guys that have that or anything like that, which is really kind of neat. But it's funny because my first instinct was to put that like right in the middle of the collection. It's not my favorite card, but it's fun to look at. It's just a really kind of neat thing. It's like, I always see my custom work as like worthless because, there's no book value for it, right? It's just like, it's nothing. They're just cards I'm basically printing up for the most part, and they're not really worth anything really, but as opposed to like the barrel and the knob and that sort of thing, I know I could put those online. I know that they would sell. Now for my custom work, I know they'd sell. I mean, I've seen what other people have sold my cards for, and I know that what I charge to commission cards and everything, commission pieces for, but still, it's different. It's different. So in any event, it's fun to be able to emotionally get to a point where I'm fusing the custom cards with actual cards. And so as an example, I'll tell you one thing I was doing is I was thinking about this, where there's a card that I'm thinking about picking up for $600, and it was a Conseco 1-1. I don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger or not, but well, the offer's out there, so I don't know if the guy's going to pull the trigger and sell me the card. We're very close, by the way. We're very close on price, but I started thinking about it. I was like, man, I could do something so much cooler, like just create something for my collection that's so much cooler, that's so much neater to look at, that's so much more special. So it's like, why am I getting these? Like, and this part of the question that's been nagging in the back of my mind for a long time now. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop collecting, because there's still regular cards that I love tremendously. But oh, by the way, here's another view of the rest of my walk here. So we're almost kind of the home stretch. But anyways, I still love the cards that the card companies make, but I'm a lot more picky now, you guys. I don't know if it's because of what I've been doing custom wise or what, but it's something that I've really kind of noticed recently, I guess, if that makes sense. So anyway, the other thing that I was going to say, aside from the fact that like it's just kind of a fun realization to be like, hey, my customs are fusing in with my regular collection, on an emotional level, if that makes sense. I mean, it sounds kind of weird, but it's right, it's true. The other piece is that like I enjoy always having something big that I'm working on. Like there's always something huge out there that I'm trying to strive for, whether it's the fun goofy story or something, or trying to coordinate going to Jose's house, or the bullet card, or figuring out the A35 1889 Goodwin set that I invented, the holders and everything around. Like that was a big thing too. I've got another big thing that I've got coming up here after this next big thing. So I'll probably, if all goes well, I would like for this big project I'm working on now to be done before I have to, hop on my taxes and do all those. Then after tax season, I like to hop onto this next big project that has to do with a 19th century kind of, feel to it. But anyways, for this one, this is the one that I'm working on currently that I'm most excited about, because it like introduces a number of new technologies, if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know, because it's not like new technology, it's just like repurposed technology, if that makes sense. And if all goes well, knock on wood, I think it's going to look really cool. And I hope that card companies will take notice and use a few of these ideas that I'm that I'm employing in my project. I think it'd be really cool. I think it'd be awesome to see this stuff employed over there. Um, so, and it's really kind of funny because part of this project is literally me kind of taking some cool cards and trying to make them display better, but also have like functionality where it's kind of like an interactive experience almost when it comes to this piece I'm doing. And it's funny because there are so many times where I'm out on a walk at night, like this, for instance, or I'm laying in bed, or I'm on the couch or whatever, watching TV, and I have these ideas that come to my head, and I'm thinking, man, that would be an awesome idea. So what I do is I write myself a message in email, and I email it to me so that way when I'm in the office next, I can take a look at it, and I can give it a try, see if it works. Sometimes my ideas work, sometimes they don't. And here's the rest of, this is the entrance of my area of the neighborhood, by the way. I'm going to go back down this way though, because I'm not done talking here. So we will be together for a few more minutes. But anyways, I'm literally, kind of my own ideas, they kind of poison my head because I have this idea of like, what if I could do something crazy like X or whatever? And then I'm like, no, that's stupid. That's too time consuming. It'll never work. It's impossible. And I start thinking of it more and more. Well, but maybe if I build this way and construct this that way, maybe it can come together and work. And then I'm done for, I'm just done for because next thing I know, I'm up till like 2 or 3 in the morning trying to figure this stuff out. And, I end up coming up with some sort of a working prototype. And I'm like, well, I'm all the way, to, third base with this now. I might as well keep going. And, so I don't know, this might be a project that never ends. I might just have idea after idea after idea and never finish, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. We will definitely see what happens with this. But in any event, it's going to be. It's like that Wade Boggs booklet. Like check on my YouTube, like a few or several videos back. I don't know. Is earlier this year. I did I called it like a triple double booklet because it was a trifold booklet. But then each piece of the booklet comes down, so there's actually 6 panels. And I thought that was going to be like the end of me, because like it was so difficult to construct. But then all of a sudden, like, so first of all, like there were a few days where I was like, holy crap, I'm not getting any further with this thing, right? Like, when am I going to finish this? Like, is this even possible? And then one day, everything clicked, boom, 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 and it worked. And I go, oh my gosh, I finished this thing. So I bring it downstairs and I start looking at it and playing with it because it's so fun to like open it and close it. And you know how big of a fan I am with Transformers and everything. Well, that was my little Transformer baseball card, and it was so fun. And I was like, I've got to show this to everybody. And it was funny how my first thought was, I'm excited to show you guys, y'all, the people that subscribe to my channel and the rest of the community, and show everybody what I'm so excited about. And it's so fun. It's so fun to be able to do that. I love it. And it definitely adds a new dimension to this hobby. For me personally, at least, when I'm able to hear other people see my work. It's one thing for people to be like, oh, that's a cool one of one you got. Quite another one, they say, what, you made that? It's really cool. That's awesome, So I long for the day when this project is finished and I could show y'all what this is. And I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But there are many nights that I've had where I just lay down and I start thinking, what if I do this to it? Will this work? I mean, just so many ideas I have, and I hope that I continue this because it is so fun to be able to bring these ideas and see them come to fruition. Now, the thing that kills me though, y'all, is like these ideas, they are things that I have to order supplies for and materials for. So if I have an idea, I have to order it from Amazon or whatever. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'm out the money, I'm out the 2 or 3 days that it took to wait. Some material that I was waiting on this last time was actually took, well, they never came, you know, so I had to redo it, but I think I was waiting 5, 6, 7 days. And I finally got the pieces, I think yesterday evening, to start trying things. And I tried them today, and I go, oh my gosh, I think this is gonna work. I think it's gonna work, yeah, woo. You're really excited about it, but there's still a few nitpicky things that they're not working just right, but I feel like I could do it, you know? I'm not really sure yet, we'll see what happens, but anyways, there's so many different moving parts. I'm not even certain completely what the entire thing is gonna look like yet. So I'm still working out a few things, and I have a feeling that's possible that there are some tricks I have up my sleeve for this latest project that I don't even know I have yet, if that makes sense. I feel like there's a little more punch that I can pack in this. So anyways, that's kind of what's going on now. And I know you guys, like, this is like a very, very vague description of what I've got working on, because I don't really want to let anything out of the bag, and you know, cat out of the bag with this. I really just want to, once it's done, I want to show it off, and I want to display it, and I want to, you know, mess with it and everything. Like, it's just going to be a fun thing, I think. I hope. But I think at the end of the day, when it's finished, when everything is completed with this, I'll be happy, because I can look back and say, all of those days that I spent on this thing, all of the hours thinking, and all of the hours pulling my hair out and trying things that didn't work, was worth it. You know, that was, it was something that, all of that was necessary to bring this to completion. So that's what I'm hoping anyways. We'll see what happens. But I will go ahead and shut this off now. Cross the street here and head back home. But you guys, I'm excited about this. I am. This is kind of these moments in this hobby of ours, or what I live for. The excitement of coming up with something new, or even the hunt, obviously, of finding a new card that's really neat. All of that kind of gives me the same kind of feel, if that makes sense. That's what I love about it. So apologize for the video quality, because I know it's very dark most of the time, and when you can see me, you just see my messy hair and everything, and all that, and I'm out of breath and all that. But anyway, so hope it's been kind of at least a little bit entertaining to get to, you know, get in my head a little bit and hear kind of my thoughts, if that makes sense. But there it is, guys. I'm gonna turn down the street. Thank you as always for watching. Hope y'all have a great day, and hopefully you'll hear from me soon on this new project. Bye.